Hello, how are you? Surely, you must have heard at some point about the astronomical prices of items sold at auctions, the ones with completely incomprehensible price tags, at least for us common folk. But in the end, we keep quiet since we're not into antiques and collectibles. However, what's stranger than auctions are individuals who make requests that are essentially the raw material for extravagance, like the person who bought a bathroom set for $3.5 million because he simply wanted a toilet seat made of pure gold. But here, we are still talking about very rare cases. What's even stranger than all of that is finding these astronomical prices available without anyone specifically requesting them. They are actually available in the markets and on the internet sometimes. So let's take a look at a collection of some of the most expensive items available for sale in the markets. Welcome, I am Firas. But before we begin, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and activate the bell to get our videos first. First and foremost, before we start, we will try to completely avoid items that are expensive because they are embedded with diamonds, precious stones, and all that story, as it would be understandable why their price is high due to the jewels. So no one should go and find something online full of gems and tell me we didn't talk about it. The items we will discuss are not necessarily the most expensive items, but a collection of some of the most expensive things because, of course, if we wanted to talk about the most expensive items in every category of sold goods, not even 20 episodes would be enough. We will just get an idea about a world far away from the one we live in. Regarding men's accessories, you can buy 2 buttons for your shirt. These 2 buttons were Michael Jackson's favorite, and mind you, $4,000 is the minimum amount you might pay. When these buttons enter an auction, their price can reach $4 million just because they were sold to Michael Jackson, who wore them and left a little sweat on them. And if you think that amount for 2 buttons is too much, no problem, get something cheaper like a Rolex watch, one that costs $170,000. And note, we are not talking here about a watch with diamond studs, rubies, or anything like that. It's a very ordinary watch but valued at $170,000. So let me tell you that the world of collecting precious watches, where certain models have specific names and are owned by only a limited number of people around the world, prices can reach millions, and we are talking about millions of dollars here. For example, the watchmaker Richard Mille, some of whose watches reach a price of $1.7 million. Since we talked about men's accessories, let's talk about women's accessories like this watch, for example, whose price is estimated at $55 million. The reason for this grossly exaggerated price is that the watch is completely encrusted with emeralds, sapphires, and diamonds. And if you still have some change left to buy something for your wife or fiancé, you have this bouquet of flowers, which costs more than $15 million. The strange thing is that the florist thought the price was justified since the bouquet is full of rare flowers like the cajepol and the Juliet rose, which open at night and close during the day, and the bouquet is made up of an ivory bed and luxurious work, so don't lose out. $15 million is no big deal. And if you want to get something for your wife and the budget is getting tight, and the flower bouquet thing won't work nor the previous watch, you can get her a coat. This coat is available on Amazon. Its price is only $49,000. It is the Siberian coat made from the fur of the sable animal, which is considered the most valuable fur in the entire world. Plus, you can even order it online. You won't have to go get it yourself, and it might even have free delivery. After talking about men and women, let's talk about the children, who you naturally wish to be better off than you. And if you're buying your wife a coat for $49,000, you should spoil the kids too. First off, if we're going to talk about the most valuable things for children, then head straight to Harrods stores in London. This chain of stores has been around since the 19th century, and anything you get from them is synonymous with luxury and extravagance. The only problem is that they are only in England. What a shame we won't be able to get anything from them. But if you were visiting London and coming back quickly and visiting London, what's the big deal? You just got a coat for $50,000. You could go in and get a stroller or a baby bed. You will find their stroller called the Silver Cross Balmoral, which is considered the most expensive stroller in the world, nicknamed the Rolls-Royce of strollers. And its price is the same as the price of the Mrs.'s coat. It's sold at Harrods for £4,000, or the equivalent of $50,000 USD. And if you have a baby that still needs a crib, you can also buy a bed while you're there. The Fantasy Coach crib costs only $47,500, a little cheaper than the other two. And of course, I won't tell you about the quality of the bed, the best materials. But from the manufacturer's perspective, the reason for this beautiful bed's strange price is that it's the favorite type for the children of the royal family in Britain, just like the Michael Jackson button story. Your children will have a bed just like the prince's beds. Now that we have finished with accessories for men, women, and children, let's buy some items that are useful for the whole house. And of course, anyone buying the items we mentioned is certainly not riding a tuk-tuk auto rickshaw. That's why let me introduce you to the Rolls-Royce Sweptal car. This car is not just a Rolls-Royce, which is considered one of the most luxurious brands in the world, but it is also the most luxurious model of the Rolls-Royce. And its price, so no one fools you, is only $13 million. And of course, that's if you didn't request any additions of gold, diamonds, or all that extravagance, because I know you are a modest man. However, since your son has the Rolls-Royce of strollers, you should also be driving a Rolls-Royce. After the car topic, I know people of your caliber love to buy yachts, of course. And if you need a yacht to go for a ride in the water, you certainly won't buy it from an ALK's website. The incredibly expensive yachts that would be suitable for you are called super yachts. And the yacht we have today is the most expensive in its category. The History Supreme Yacht, whose price is estimated at $4.8 billion. Yes, this time it's in billions. By the way, if you wanted to buy a plane too, if you still have some change left, the most expensive private jet with a known price is the Dream Jet BBJ 787, whose price is estimated at $300 million. But what is $300 million? We just got a yacht for nearly $5 billion. And the plane is extremely elegant and beautiful, and will take you on a journey better than hearing 3 Toyotas. Finally, of course, you must buy a good camera to document all these purchases. And of course, we won't tell someone like you to get a Canon or Sony camera, the ones that ordinary people use. That's why we can look at the Leica Zero series camera, which was sold at an auction in Vienna for $3 million. But if we couldn't get that one, we could get a slightly cheaper camera, the one that costs $60,000, the Phase 1 XF IQ4. It's the camera that will provide you with unparalleled image quality. That's it, we're done. Anyone who reached this point and is frustrated, please like the video before you leave so we know how many people reached the end. And don't forget to write us your suggestions for a new episode in the comments. Peace.